Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Bert the Stormtrooper and this is the home of That's Just Prime, the comprehensive Optimus Prime review series. I also review other Transformers, lots of G1 stuff, as well as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, GoBots, and pretty much any other toy that may jump out at me. I also do the occasional arcade and pinball machine videos, unboxings, blogs, challenges, and miscellaneous videos where my daughter usually makes fun of me. Those are a lot of fun. If you're new to the channel, thanks for checking me out. Please be sure to click that subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you're notified when I upload a new video. I usually upload 2 videos a week, sometimes more. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up and share if you like what you see.
Autobots, roll out!
Hello and welcome to That's Just Prime, and today we're going to be taking a look at the, you know what, let me back this up because we are going to need some assistance. Here we go, ready? Alright, everybody sing along. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Mech Planet, Warriors, Hot Wars, Feel Hot, Hot Soldiers, G1, HS-02, Supreme Commander, General Commander, Prop, Sky, Pillar, and I don't think this guy has enough names. This guy needs more. Why does it have so many names? I don't know, but I love this toy. This is basically being referred to as the Hot Soldiers HS-01 Prop, Sky, Pillar, or the Hot Soldiers HS-01 not Optimus Prime, and I absolutely adore this toy. So this guy is relatively new. He's been slowly getting released over the last couple of months. As of the time of this recording, he is available online. I purchased mine online from overseas for about $55 approximately, and that was shipped price, and I couldn't be happier with this product. I just am absolutely ecstatic. This is, beyond a shadow of a doubt, one of my favorite Optimus Primes ever. And that's coming from somebody who's been exclusively collecting Optimus Primes for decades now. This figure very, very quickly became one of my favorites. This figure is what I equate to when I was a kid playing with my G1 Optimus Prime, what I thought in my head that toy would be or could be or should be. What I imagined in my head that toy was as a 4th grader. This is the physical representation of what I thought in my head that Optimus Prime was. It's about as close to perfect animation Optimus Prime, I think, that we've ever gotten. Is absolutely fantastic, and I'm very excited to bring this guy to you guys. So one more time, I'm going to back it up and just bring you the box, because the box, just already starting out, the box is absolutely incredible. So I love what the box does. So here's the side that I've already shown you, and this is very obviously reminiscent of that Encore G1 figure series that we got a few years ago. So if you're into box Transformers and you're into the Encore series, and I know that there were people that were very into collecting those boxes, this will fit right in with your collection. It is perfectly styled after those Encore series. The lettering is correct, the background is correct, the art style is correct. Everything about this screams Encore. It's absolutely amazing. On the sides, we just have a picture of Prop Sky Pillar, and then on the other side, we have another one. And I love the animation that they use here, or the drawing rather that they did here, because it's a very iconic pose that you might recognize if you've seen the movie. So there you go. There's that. On the bottom, there's just some wording and stuff. On the top, we've got a couple of cross cells, and I've been checking out a couple of these figures, and I'm really liking these Ironhide and Ratchet figures a lot. And I've been looking into these. You know, it's difficult to decide whether they're Mech Planet or Hot Soldiers, whichever. But I'm really digging what these guys are putting out, and they're relatively inexpensive. So I may be getting these guys here in the near future. Now, what we've got when we go around the back, if you're not into the Encore style of boxes, but you're more into a G1 style of boxes, look what they did around the back. Here we go. There is a very G1 looking art style on the other side of the box. So you can choose to display, if you want to display the box, you can go with the Encore style or you can go with the G1 style. So it's got all the right lettering, style, and font. The artwork is this. I love this because this is artwork of the actual toy, but it's posed to look like that G1 box did. And you've got a couple of shots of the figure with, you know, in both vehicle mode and then robot mode, and the trailer opened up just like the G1 box. It's just absolutely fantastic. So already we spent almost 5 minutes talking about just the box because it's just so amazing, and we haven't even gotten started. So let's bring him in up close one more time. And let's go into the accessories. This guy comes with a ton of accessories, of course, starting with his instruction sheet, which is a very nice laminate, very detailed, very well explained. He's got a card. I'm not in the cards, but I gotta say, this is solid. I feel like I could knock somebody out with this card. It feels thicker than a credit card. This is really, really, it kind of feels like, you know what it feels like? I just thought of this just now. Kind of like a room key they give you at a hotel. That's what this feels like. So very solid. So if you're into cards, you're really gonna love this card right here. Now the actual accessories that this comes with, again, it comes with a ton of accessories. So you've got a little roller figure right there. You've got his weapon, and we're gonna see all of these later. He does come with his matrix, which can go into the truck. I wanted to show it off first before we put it into his chest. So there's the matrix, very nicely detailed, especially for the size. You can see how tiny that is. And then on the back, he's got a little peg hole there. And then, of course, he's got his Energon axe as well. Now, he also comes with, I don't quite understand these, but he does come with them. He's got these translucent, kind of like a blue Energon version of his Energon axe and his matrix as well. So if you want to use these colors instead, there you go. You got these as well. And then these I thought were very cool. Of course, this being a third party, there's no Autobot symbols on it or anything like that. I'm probably going to repro label it. But he comes with two of these. And these are little plastic plates. These are not stickers. These are, I'm doing a terrible job of showing these off. But as you can see, these are actually like little plastic plates. So, and it comes with two of these. And my best guess, it's obviously too big to go on what would be his shoulder. My best guess is that these are meant to be glued here if you choose to do so. I don't know if I want to glue these on myself. I may go with repro labels instead. But anyway, there they are. They're included. They're an option that you can use if you want to. And then finally, he's also got the repair drone. And the repair drone does come packaged separately from the rest of the vehicle. But I've already got him in the trailer, so I'll show that off. Because the repair drone does something that I don't believe I've ever seen the repair drone do before, and it's really, really cool. So let's take a look at Prop Sky Pillar here, HS-01, whatever we want to call him. He's just so many names. But here he is in truck mode, and as you can see, this is absolutely stunning truck mode. The cab is approximately 3.5 inches long, about 2 inches tall. The trailer itself is about 8.25 inches long, about 3 inches tall, giving us a total combined length of about 10.5 inches. So very nice sized here. And real quick, just for comparison, here he is with the KBB Commander that I reviewed recently, and you can see they are about the same size. And what's really cool here is that you have yourself an option of a very realistic looking truck versus a very G1 animation looking truck, which is very cool. They are about the same size, and the trailer even is the right size for this guy. Unfortunately, this guy does not accommodate the hitch for the trailer. It would be cool. I know they're different companies and all, so very difficult to make that happen. But it would have been cool if there was 2 slots here that could accommodate the trailer, so you can swap them out. That would have been cool. But anyway, here we go back to the figure itself. As you can see, again, very animation accurate. I absolutely adore the way this looks. And just getting into the details, just going all the way around. Let me just bring him in close. In case you're wondering, the trailer does turn. It is on there solid, as you can see. It's not coming off, and it does turn, and it rolls very nicely when I have him straight. There you go. So it does roll. It rolls very nicely. I'll bring him in close so we can see the details. And again, I just really want to focus on how animation accurate this guy is. And there is something about the cab here that I'm going to address in just a moment. If you're probably wondering, don't comment just yet. I'm going to get to that. So here's the trailer itself, and just trying to keep it focused as I'm close here. And this is not a sticker. This is all painted on, and these blue lines are molded detail. So that's very nice. Around the bottom, you've got yourself a spare tire down there. You do have dualies on the back. Check that out. Very cool. Nice doors around the back, bumper, and same thing pretty much the same thing around the other side. So one thing that I noticed right away about the truck is that it does not have that silver stripe. Okay, so now I was going back and looking at animations, and you know that most of the time, and this is one of those things that I thought one thing in my head, but then when I went back and looked at it, I realized, I'm remembering this incorrectly. I'd say about 90% of the time that you ever saw Optimus in truck mode in the animation, he did not have that stripe. That stripe would show up when he transformed into robot mode. Now, we all have that image of the truck with the stripe ingrained in our head, because the very first thing that we always saw on the end credits in the cartoon was Optimus Prime rolling straight at you right before he transformed, and he had that stripe in that moment. So every single episode, when those end credits rolled, we saw Prime in truck mode with the stripe. Every other time besides that, most of the time he didn't have it. Even I went back and watched the Megatron Must Be Stopped, No Matter the Cost, and You Got the Touch scene from the Transformers movie. And he's in robot mode. He transforms into truck mode, and as he's transforming, the stripe disappears. He rolls around, he runs over a bunch of Decepticons in truck mode. The stripe is not there. He transforms, he does that jet fire thing that he does out of the tanks here. When he jumps up into the sky, he transforms back into robot mode, and you can see the stripe reappear as he's transforming into robot mode. So this is actually accurate. Not having the stripe on there is actually accurate. Now, if you wish, there's a very defined, let's get focused in again. If you wish, there's a very defined line right there around the entire side where the stripe would be. And you can, I almost did it, but then after I went back and saw the animation, I decided not to. But you can take it upon yourself to paint that stripe right there along this seam, right here on both sides. And the way this figure transforms, that stripe is going to disappear, because all these panels are going to fold and tuck away in a way that you're not going to see your paint work when it's transformed into robot mode. And he does have the proper chest stripe when he's in robot mode. So you can paint that stripe here in the truck mode if you want to have that stripe, and it won't mess with your robot mode at all. So it's really cool, and I have to think that was done on purpose. I have to. All right, enough about that. We are going along. There's just so much to talk about with this figure. I absolutely adore this figure so much. So the figure can just unplug the truck and trailer right there. You can see that we've got a little joint right here. This dust, well, it spins and turns. You saw me spinning it and turning it already. There are these two flaps right here are a little bit more separated than the rest, so it'll just clip right there. You do have a couple of stands right here that you can pull out. If you want to just stand them up like that, you can do that. Or if you want to go old school, these guys will come all the way up and around, and you can stand them up like that as well, whichever way you want to go. Now, coming around the back, opening up the back here, these are tabbed underneath this little hinge here, so I find it very easy to just kind of pull up on it a little bit and pull them down. The tightness of the joints and the tolerances on this figure overall are very tight, very, very nice. And then you got a little ramp down here that you can bring down. And, you know, some figures, probably not Optimus, but some of the other figures will be able to roll up in there. And there you go. Now, if you want to open up the trailer, go ahead and pop these up. I'm going to go ahead and get the outriggers out as well. And then just get these guys out to the side. And then just grab the door. Here's something you want to do. You want to make sure these are not out like this. If they're out like this, they're going to hit this bumper. Now, this bumper can pop off, and you're not going to damage it, but just to prevent, you know, possibility of damage, make sure that these are out like this when you try to open it so that they don't interfere there. And then you just grab the whole trailer, and again, it's pegged in really tight, and there you go. You can bring out the whole trailer, and this is, you know, nothing we've never seen before. It's just the base, your standard base there. You do have the repair drone, and you do have the slot on the top, so if you wish, you can, in fact, bring this guy all the way up and close the trailer. And you saw this in the instruction sheet where you could have them like that when you're driving them around, which is very cool. It's a very neat callback to G1. It doesn't do it around the front, but it does do it around the top. So very cool. Let's go ahead and get that opened up as well. And I did mention something about the repair drone that was different. And you may notice that this is sitting a little further back than you would probably be used to. That's because the repair drone can actually come out. I'm going to go ahead and collapse them again. the repair drone is actually just pegged in there. This does come packaged separately. And it's got a peg hole, and there's a peg right there. So you can peg them in there, and you can see that the repair drone's base has some wheels. Now, they're just molded there. They don't roll, unfortunately. But it does offer a new play feature where the repair drone could actually, you know, go out on its own. Let's get this little antenna up. And go out and maybe, you know, if somebody needed to be repaired, the repair drone could come out and do some mobile or remote reparations, which is very, very cool. I really like that a lot. It's a cool, neat little feature of the repair drone. It does open up, so if you have a figure small enough to accommodate, these are all very tiny, so you know, there are going to be some fiddling around with them, but there you go. So you can see right there, you can open that up and you can accommodate, if you have a figure small enough to accommodate in there, there you go, you have that option. So the radar dish comes up and down, and it does rotate. The repair arm also has a hinge here, and it also rotates at the base. So there you go, you can do all of that. The repair drone itself has a hinge at the bottom, in the middle, and at the top. It can also rotate. And check this out, the guns are also articulated, so you can rotate these around. And they can go all the way around, as long as they're not being interfered by something like, for example, the radar dish in this case, you see. But you can go all the way around with these as well. So really neat added features here for the repair drone itself. Now, if you're more of a G1 purist and you want to store him back this way, you can do that. He will fit in there. However, when you collapse him to store him, you're going to want to refrain from putting him away like this. That's not going to work, because these parts right here are going to hit these guns, so that won't work. So if you absolutely got to have the base facing all the way forward as far as you can get it, you're going to want to consider maybe storing your repair drone like this. Okay, and then that way you'll be able to close it and you're not going to have an issue. Otherwise, now if you do it like that and you want to use this feature with a hole, that's not going to work. So otherwise, you're going to want to make sure that you have them facing forward like so. And there you go, just like that. Now that will tuck in nicely. That will close without a problem. And you can still do the whole little feature here and all of that. So there's that. Why don't we go ahead and bring in Roller? Roller is very cool. He does have 6 pegged on wheels, so he does roll. He doesn't roll great, but he does roll. One minor gripe is that he does have the little pegs in the back, but there's nowhere to peg him into. It would have been nice if there was a little slot or holes cut into the back of this, so we could just peg him in there and he would stay in place. Such as it is, he's just going to kind of roll around in there while you're in truck mode, so he doesn't really secure in there. You can get Optimus's gun and peg it in at the top there, and then you can have Roller delivering the gun as well. And then again, finally, I do wish they would have come up with a way of storing his weapons. I'm perfectly content with Roller holding on to his gun. They don't have to put anything on here to peg the gun into. That would have been nice, but not necessary. But the axe itself, there's nowhere to put the axe away, so this also just kind of floats around back here. If you have it in the trailer, it's just going to kind of float around back here. I tend to just kind of tuck it in there, and the drone does a pretty good job of keeping it in place while he's in truck mode. The only thing I've got bouncing around is Roller, and that's about it. So there's all that. Now, and then of course there is the last thing I'll show before we get into Optimus, and you can of course flip all of this up like so. And actually we want these down just a bit. There you go, just like that. Turn it around. Get the camera up a bit. So you can do, you know, your repair base. There we go. Let's get that straightened out. And so, of course, you can do that as well. We'll leave it in that configuration and we'll show it off once we get Optimus back into robot mode. So let's get Optimus out here. Let's work on that transformation, which is actually really fun. It's complex but not complicated. It keeps you entertained. I really like it a lot. So I'm going to start right here with these tanks and just pull up on these a little bit. You see they come out right there on that little peg. Bring these all the way around. That tab's going to go into that slot right there behind the wheel. And there you go. You're all set there. Same thing on the other side. And again, tight tolerances here, so you might see me fiddling around a little bit with these guys, or with this guy. There you go. Peg that guy right on there. Now, on the arms themselves. Word of caution. So on the instructions, it's going to tell you to just kind of pull these out very G1 Optimus style. So there is really not enough clearance between the edge of the elbow here and that smoke pipe. And as you can see, I've already created some stress marks on both sides. So to relieve that, what you want to do is, rather than pulling the arm out to the side, grab it right here at the shoulder and pull, and just kind of rotate it upwards like that. Now you're going to have the clearance to go ahead and straighten this out first without that interfering with the smoke pipe, and that's going to relieve a lot of stress. This little panel right here is going to come down and clip into place. Now here's what I was talking about if you wish to paint this guy later. So you can see here's that section where you could paint the stripe. The whole thing is just going to fold up and away so that you're not really going to see that silver stripe. You're going to see a little bit of it right there on the top of the forearm. That's it. So it's not going to interfere if you wish to paint in that stripe. You have that option. It's not going to mess with your toy. So really, really cool. I have to think, again, that was done on purpose. Or maybe it's just a happy coincidence of the design. Who knows? Straighten out the arm and turn the fist. This right fist is really tight. There you go. And then I'm going to leave the arm straight forward just to give myself some room to work with. I may need to back up a little bit. I'm getting too close. All right. Where do we want to go next? Let's go right here. We're going to take the whole bumper of the truck here and just kind of rotate it down a little bit. Turn these guys around. And then rotate this all the way around and through the back. And this is probably familiar to some of you guys. Turn that all the way around just like that. Take the back of the truck here, open this up. That's going to reveal the head, so we can flip this around. Bring the head out, close that up, and then take these panels with the wheels and just fold them up into place. You can leave this open if you wish for a moment, just to kind of make sure you got the clearance there. Get those guys in there, and then close that up. That is his back. Done. Now we're going to go down here to the feet. We're going to get the... Let's see, where do I want to start? Let's start right here. I do want to show something off right here. So we're going to take the foot and fold this up, and then we're going to push the whole thing down. And you're probably not going to notice much of a difference, but you're going to push that down. Yeah, it was all the way up, and we're going to push it down on a ball. It's on a ball joint. And for some reason, I'm just not getting... That's odd. Usually this moves easy on me, and today it doesn't want to. There we go. So you can see the difference there. So you want to push it down. It's a minute difference, but you can see right there. This is what you want. You don't want the heel way up here like you can see there. You see that? You want it all the way down here. So as you're straightening the foot, you just kind of push down and straighten it so that it comes down like that. It's a minute little difference there, but it does make a big difference in terms of balancing your figure. All right, we're going to come down here to the bottom, open up these panels. Again, tight tolerances, open those up and extend the legs. So these are going to come out on those right there. Now let me extend these and show the back sides of them. There are two tabs and there are two slots in there that they are meant to go into. So you want to make sure that they're extended all the way and you get those tabs in there. The tab tolerances are not great and the knee joints are very tight. So chances are when you're bending the knee, rather than bending here where it's supposed to be bending, you're more than likely going to end up doing something like that. So that's just something to watch out for. We'll look at that in articulation. Let's make sure those are tabbed in there. And then go ahead and bend right here so that this is complete. Turn it around at the waist, separate the legs, get them all straightened out, and there is Prop Skypillar in robot mode. And he is absolutely stunning. Beautiful figure. Check this guy out. Here in robot mode, Sky Prop Pillar stands about 5 inches tall. So real quick, here he is compared with the KBB Commander again. So you can see he's just a tad taller. And again, while the KBB Commander is an amazing, beautiful, this guy is absolutely beautiful, amazing figure, and for $15, totally worth it. But if you want to go with an animation, near animation perfect, Sky Prop Pillar is the way to go. Check this guy out. This is just, oh, I did forget one thing during transformation. You want to push the bottom of the grill in to make that angle for the proper angle for the robot right there. You see that? So there you go. I just felt it when I grabbed it. I felt the grill go in, and then I realized, oh, I forgot to push the grill in, and I wanted to show that off. So there you go. There he is in robot mode. He's absolutely stunning and gorgeous going all the way around. You can see there's a 0 to no kibble on him. If you want to call the bumpers, this is absolutely forgivable. That's nothing. This really does look about as animation perfect as I think it's ever gonna get, with the exception of maybe the wheels still showing. This is just an absolute gorgeous figure. Zero very minor complaints. Okay, you want to get nitty-gritty about it, gripey about it. There's a little bit of a gap right there, which is not a big deal. And then, of course, the wheels are showing. Other than that, I mean, those are absolutely minor gripes. I know you're not going to get a 100% animation perfect. I think this is about as close as we're going to get. Articulation-wise, you got a ball joint on the head. You have a ball joint on the shoulders, so in and out, all the way around, forward and backwards. You have a rotation at the bicep. You have a bend at the elbow. And you have a rotation at the wrists. Waist, not so much. I mean, you can turn the waist, but you're going to break them up because that is a transformation joint. You do have a ball jointed hip, so you can go forward and backwards and in and out some. You have a rotation at the top of the thigh. You do have a 90 at the knee. And then, of course, you can break that up with a transformation joint and give them even more of a bend if you wish. And then, of course, you've got ball-jointed feet, so you can actually go forward and backwards, and you do have an ankle rocker, as you can see. And then, of course, you got the bend at the toe as well for transformation. Beautiful, gorgeous figure. And I have not been able to put this figure down. I've had it for a few days now. I've not been able to put it down. I absolutely adore this figure. Now, let's get into some of the accessories real quick. So, of course, his chest does open up. And you saw the matrix earlier. And it's not something he can really hold. It's just too little for his hands. His fingers are not articulated, so he cannot hold the matrix itself. Now, you can pose him in such a way that he looks like he's opening his chest. You can turn the wrist to do that. You can do stuff like that with him. If you wish, but, whatever. He's articulate. He's well articulated, but not that well articulated. He's still a small figure. You can take your matrix and just pop it right in there. And, of course, you could take either one. You could take this one or you could take the blue one, either way. But that just looks absolutely gorgeous. Check that out. So cool. And then, of course, that closes up. And you can leave that in there. The only time I've removed that was just now before I started shooting the video to show it off. So you can just leave that in there. It's not going to mess with you when you're transforming him or when he's in truck mode. So he's not going to mess with you. He's also got his rifle, which will fit into either one of his hands. And there you go. There's his rifle. Very nice looking detailed rifle. And then, of course, there is his Energon axe, and I love what they did with the Energon axe. It does have a handle for him to hold, and then the ball of energy itself forms around that handle so that you can put it, and it'll go into either hand, and when it's in there, it'll actually look like the ball of energy is formed out from his arm rather than something he's holding with his fist. So that really does create a cool effect, and of course, again, you can do it with the yellow or you can do it with the blue. Whichever one you want to do is completely up to you which one you want to use. I am more of a G1 purist, so I'm going to go with that. So there you go. Very cool. Let's bring everything in. So here is that trailer, and it's in the repair bay configuration there. So we'll back it up a little bit so we can see the whole thing. And there is Roller. I am so absolutely impressed with this set, just everything about it. From the moment you just get the box in your hand before you're even opening it, you're already having fun. There's just so much to this figure. There's so many cool features, so many cool callbacks to G1, to the animation, to the toy. There's just so much with this figure. I cannot give this figure enough praise. It's just, like I said, it's quickly become one of my absolute favorite figures in my collection. And I think that about covers the, oh boy, here we go again. Mech Planet, Warriors, Hot Wars, Feel Hot, Hot Soldiers, G1, HS-02, Supreme Commander, General Commander, Prop Sky Pillar. And I need a drink after that. What did you think of this figure? Let me know by leaving me a comment down below. Give me some thumbs up. Subscribe and hit that bell icon so you're notified of when I upload a new video. Please share with your friends if you like what you see, and I'll talk to you next time on That's Just Prime.